Understanding how to use Gen AI in a course can be a bit tricky and confusing for students because there are a number of mixed messages that professors give off and that the institution gives off. And so I'm going to try to be as clear as possible with what I expect in this course. So it was designed for you to actively explore and experiment with and evaluate Gen AI tools, to critically evaluate them and to see what works and what doesn't work. So prohibiting your use isn't a great idea. I want you to use them with the perspective of a learner in mind and as a future educator. And my approach is inspired by Ethan Mollick's Co-Intelligence book and his principles. That's a book definitely worth reading. And he sees Gen AI as a collaborative partner, a tool to help you think more deeply, investigate, spark your creativity, and challenge your assumptions. So you're encouraged to use it to ask questions and brainstorm ideas and test prompts, analyze perspectives, and experiment with educational applications and ideas. However, your work should always reflect your own final thinking and voice. You might get ideas from there, but you have to construct those ideas and present them eventually in your own voice. It's there to expand your ideas, not to replace them. Here's a possible list of uses, so I encourage you to click on that. That gives you concrete examples of the way I think AI can be used effectively and that I feel comfortable with you using. There are a couple important boundaries, though. You can use it for brainstorming and outlining and generating examples and exploring ideas and scenarios and checking grammar and those kinds of things in the list I gave above. But you should not really use Gen AI to write your reflections or write something for you, the summaries for you, or their assignments. It might help you, but it can't write them for, and then you just simply copy and paste that. I think everyone can see that that reflects, or actually, well, it doesn't reflect a lot of creative use and it restricts your learning. So we don't want that to happen. I think most people can see that. You want to be transparent when you use Gen A, how to shape your final work. And at times I may ask you, how did you use it? But make sure that you don't use Gen AI to fabricate sources. And you may not even know that they're being fabricated. And that's where we bring in digital reflection and digital literacy to actually look at the sources. So you always have to fact check. So those are the kinds of ways that I think you can use Gen AI and the restrictions.